Good morning, everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of The Doctor Is In. I am your host, John the Dr. Hellman, and today is our Happy Thanksgiving special for The Doctor Is In. We're also going to be making an absolutely simple cocktail that you can have today when you're getting together with your families during Thanksgiving. And it certainly fits the theme. It's going to be a apple pie martini. So before I do that, I just wanted to answer a couple questions that have come through from some of our viewers. One, and I think it's really particular with regard to today, is John, what's your view on hospitality, and how do you do well with the guests? Well, I mean, from my perspective, in any restaurant or any bar that I've ever worked in, the guest is a guest in my own home, and I treat them that way. So as we're gathering today for Thanksgiving, let's get together, let's have a great time, give thanks for this very special day here in America. One of the other questions that came out was, John, what are the necessary tools that a bartender needs to have behind the bar with them? So certainly I've bartended a lot of years, like I said, and I can pour any amount of ounces, pretty much so blindfolded. But real important as you learn bartending and you get in your bartending career is first the jigger. This is a jigger that here, they make them all different sizes, but these are the Japanese jiggers. I love these. You've got 1.5 ounces on one side. This one's a 1 ounce on this side, or 1 ounce on this side, but you have varying levels within the jigger that show a different amount of ounces and that you can actually fill to. The other important thing that you want to have is a shaking tin. Certainly they all come in different sizes, and it depends on how you use them, whether you use a glass for your shaking tin or you use a metal. It's a very important tool to have behind the bar with you. You can also use these shaking tins here, where you've got the cover and the cap, and you can shake it in this with the cover on, of course, and then be able to pour your cocktail. Another important thing for being behind the bar, and I always tell people this, is always make sure you've got a wine key. Now the wine key that I usually try to do is the one that's got the double edge, so it's very much so easier to extract the cork out of the wine bottle. The other thing is your bottle opener. Always very important to make sure you have those with you. The next is, there are different types of strainers. There are julep strainers, and this one right here is going to be a Hawthorne strainer. We're going to be using that today. And the other important thing, is paring knife to be able to cut your fruit and everything like that. If you're doing any type of juicing, you want to have a juicer, lemon lime juicer. You can also purchase that in the stores as fresh and things of that nature. So that's really important tools to have behind the bar with you. All right, so today we're going to be making a apple pie martini. It's a great drink. It's quite exquisite. It goes with the theme of Thanksgiving, and it's real easy to put together. So I hope you guys enjoy putting this together at your homes, because it is super, super, super easy. So first we're going to take our mixing tin, or our mixing glass, and we're going to throw in a little bit of ice. And today we're using Tito's vodka as the base vodka for this, and it's going to be about 1.5 ounces of Tito's. And then what we're also using is a vanilla liquor. Now you can find different vanilla liquors everywhere. There is Tuaca. There's also Liquor 43. There are a few others that are out there. Today I'm choosing Liquor 43 to put in this cocktail. And it's going to be about 1/2 ounce. So we're going to use the opposite side here, and we've got the lines in here for the 1/2 ounce. And then what we do for this cocktail, you're going to use a couple shakes of the apple pie spice. I'm just going to put some of that in there just to give it a little bit of an extra oomph, extra flavor, and it's going to come out in the flavor profiles for the cocktail. And then all you do is add about 3 ounces of apple cider. real simple. So once you've done that, you're going to take your mixing tin, put it over the top, and you want to create a good seal. Now the key to shaking any type of mixing tin, anything you're doing for a martini, is always make sure that the glass, and if you're doing this in a bar, that the glass part of it is away from the guest. So you're shaking that back, because a lot of times this might come off, and it's better that it flies behind you instead of flying towards the guest. And here's the other thing about shaking. I've seen people do this from a shaking perspective, from a bartender perspective, from a flair bartender perspective. You want to shake up here. You want to be smiling and dialing when you're doing that, right? So once you've shaken it, you're going to release the seal by tapping on the side. And then you're going to get a chilled martini glass. Take your strainer, and you're going to strain that cocktail right into the martini glass. So the next step in this process for our cocktail is we're just going to put just a little bit of lemon juice on top. So we're going to cut a half a lemon, and we're just going to squeeze a little bit of that lemon juice right on top. And then once you've done that, you're going to just use your lemon zester, lemon peeler, and you're going to give yourself a little bit of a lemon twist. You're going to wrap that around the cocktail and put it into the glass. And the next thing for the garnish is we're going to use a apple slice for the garnish. So you want to cut that fairly uniform, nice circle, and cut a slit so it fits on the end of the glass. Or on the edge of the glass, sorry. Now, once you've done that, there are various ways to do this, and I actually like to use fire, smoke, and things of that nature. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to burn the apple just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of look. And you can notice when you're burning the apple, you start to see some of that color come out, especially on the skin of the apple as you're bringing it through. And here we are with the apple pie martini. Thank you for watching the second edition and the Happy Thanksgiving version of The Doctor Is In. Again, I am your host, John Hellman, and I am wishing all of you great cocktailing. Cheers. Fabulous.